All right. Okay, try again. All right, so now I want you to shut your eyes, relax, and picture this. It is December 31st, 2020, and you are about to ring in the new year with your friends and family. You cannot believe how much has changed in 2020, and you are amazed at what you've accomplished. You've pushed past limiting beliefs, went outside the box, fell a few times, but you got right back up. 2020 was the year of clarity, growth, and fearlessness. Even though you were scared, you did it anyway. You pushed through all the doubts, naysayers, and setbacks because you were on a mission and you had a fire in your soul to share it. When you look back at the year, you can say with absolute certainty that you gave it your all and then some. Your vision for your life and mission to serve and love others was greater than any obstacle, and you overcame them. You didn't know what was to come at the beginning of 2020, but you knew this was your year to make bold moves and run towards your fears, not run away. So let that sink in for a couple minutes. And after you're done letting those things sink in with you, I want you to take that scrap paper and I want you to write out all the things holding you back. What is the story you're telling yourself about why you're not good enough or why you haven't accomplished things? What do you need to release from 2019? And I want you to write them down. So take a couple minutes. You guys need another minute, or are you good?
Are you gonna send that to us, Sarah? Well, yeah, what you just read to us.
Yeah, I can send the file. or it's being recorded too.
Okay.
All right. So now I want you to take that piece of paper and I want you to crumble it up and I want you to throw it in the trash or burn it or whatever you feel the need to do with it. But I want you to let go of those limiting beliefs and go into 2020 believing that you are limitless and have that belief in your mind every morning when you wake up. Yeah, you want to do that too? All right, so now the fun begins. Now that we have let go of all of those things that hold us back, and we're not going to let them hold back anymore, I want you to think about where you want to be at the end of 2020, who you will be at the end of 2020, what will you have, how will you feel, what will you know? So I want you to take another piece of paper and answer those questions, and don't, dream big. Don't hold yourself back when thinking about this, because you're limitless. Terry, I thought you brought me wine.
Lots of screaming in the background. I have to mute myself.
And you can have more than one answer for each of these too. All right, you guys need another minute or two, or are we good? All right, so now comes my favorite part, the goal setting. And next week we are going to do vision boards, and we'll dive more into like a complete vision of what you want your life to look, big picture wise. But tonight we wanted to focus on business. So, step over. So, take another piece of paper or just keep writing on what you had, either way. And what is your word of the year, or words? You can have a few. What do you want your intention for the year to look like? That's kind of how I associate my word of the year. Like, I did two. Mine were grit and grace, because it's a big year and I have a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish. So those are two things that I really feel like I need to embody in order to get through them as a sane person. So think about that. Maybe it has, there's so many different, especially with like the bar affirmation cards. I think there's some really great, powerful words in there that you can look through if maybe nothing pops out at you right away. But then after you come up with that, I want you to think about, what do you want your Q1 goal to be? So where do you want to be when March 31st rolls around? What do you want your summit goal to be? Where do you want to go when you walk through the doors of summit? What do you want to walk across stage? Do you want to have some coaches with you? Do you want, like, where do you know what I mean? Like, where do you want to be in your business when we hit that part in July? What's your end of the year goal? Where do you want to wrap this year up and start 2021 as, or in? What's your income goal? That's a big thing to think about, because that way you can really break these things down, is if you have those income goals, or you have rank goals, or if you have team goals, or, because a lot of this is reverse engineering. And if you don't know where you want to be, it's hard to reverse engineer into how to break it down to monthly, quarterly, weekly, daily type of activities and make these things happen for yourself. And any other business goals that come to mind, like, what do you want to see happen? What do you want to accomplish? So take some time and write those down. Amy, feel free to chime in at any point, because I can't see you.
All good.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
So as you're writing them, I just want you to kind of think about what will accomplishing these goals do for you or do for you and your family? And why are these goals for you? All right. You guys need more time? Anybody want to share any of it?
I'll share my words. That's a start.
That is a start.
The first word was slow down. It's 2 words, but one because I'm.
Yeah.
And then the other one was worthy. Like those were the 2 that have been speaking to me lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like my 2 biggest struggles are always moving too fast and not feeling worthy. So those are my 2 focus words for the year.
I think those are very good. Very fitting.
I need them.
Anybody else want to share where they want to be in the first quarter?
I want to be a freaking diamond. I do. Man.
I love Liz.
I'm running.
Yes,
Like
you
I
are.
put my fears to the side and
That you have
just-
been.
yeah. And I've been talking more to people and putting my fears to the side, and yeah, I want to be a freaking diamond.
And I
I
think
don't know
you're
how
going to
many
do it.
stars because I still don't understand the stars, but
The star is just a diamond underneath of you.
Oh.
That's all. You just help somebody else get a diamond.
So yeah, I'm running and I'm doing my best, and I think I'm gonna get there. I
do.
believe I'm gonna get there.
That's right. You know you will get there.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, I'm going with Liz, and I wrote down 2-star diamond by the first quarter.
Nice.
Nice.
I put diamond.
All right. Amy, what about you? What about Summit?
I want to be 5-star by Summit. I gotta get my head out of my ass to do that, but I need to do that. What about you, Sarah, by Summit?
Mm-hmm.
By Summit, I wrote 4-star and all 4 of our rooms filled with coaches going. Because we have 4 rooms. So there's 16 of us.
I have a house for your overflow.
Who else? Who else? Where do you guys want to be by the end of the year?
Ooh.
Des?
So I actually answered in Tara's thing the other day, and I'm not going to set a goal of where I want to be by any certain date. I'm just setting a goal with being consistent. My words for the year are consistent and disciplined, because
That's right.
those are my issues. So I feel like I don't care where I end up, 12, 31, 20, as long as I've been consistent, been disciplined every day.
I like that.
And if you watch, I don't know who watched Carl's wake up call, but I loved his 300-day challenge to put in 300 days of inviting this year. So
How did he? I didn't listen to it yet. How did he break
That
it down?
call was awesome. That call was awesome. I listened to it last night. I listened to it this morning too.
agreed.
Yeah.
I did as well. I listened to it on Monday.
Man.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, he didn't say, you know, how he wants you to do it. He wants people to invite 300 days out of the year.
Yeah. Like whatever your daily goal is, or your yearly goal divided by 300, and make that your daily goal of however many days you're going to invite, like 300 or whatever. So if your mission is to invite 5 people a day, you invite 5 people a day for 300 days this year. If your mission is to invite 50 people a day, you invite 50 people a day 300 days this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he also said that to 10x. So you have to try to do that 10 times.
10x what? Your number of invites?
Yeah.
Your goal. So whatever your
he
goal is.
was talking
like 10x
about
it.
everything, yeah.
But just, you know, think about if you invite 300 days out of the year.
Right.
I mean, that's going to get you, move you ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, anybody have an income goal?
I do. I want to be able to buy a new car and afford the car payment. So
I like that. I'm right there with you.
Great one.
that's mine.
I like
And
breaking
that-
it down like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually was my first goal I set when I joined.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's just if you put in the work, it happens. It happens.
I want to be able to pay for our first edition on our house.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I want to build a patio. I just want to enjoy my yard.
So really, we just need to buy plane tickets and help each other with all this stuff. Except for
Exactly,
the
right,
car.
exactly. Like if we all came together for a weekend,
The
we
car.
could knock it out.
I need somebody to come paint my bedroom.
I'm there for you.
I found out I'm an excellent painter.
Oh, there you
See
go.
my work.
Me too. We can do it together.
Yes, exactly.
It'll
If you
make-
start the wine later in the day, it's much better.
I was about to say, well, I'll move the furniture and bring the wine, but I don't want to paint.
I love painting. Painted my girlfriend's living room and dining room for her.
Mm-mm.
I love it.
Can't say I love it, but there's some sense of accomplishment.
There's
You walk
some-
out of a
it's like you
room
get
and
into
it is
the
like
flow.
completely new place. Like, I did.
Oh, I love it after. I hate doing it.
I get into the zone and I start painting. I don't want to stop.
The prep is the worst.
The prep
Mhm.
actually is the worst. I agree with that.
The edging.
Oh, I don't mind. You can give me all that. I'll do it all.
I wonder if I could see those boys upstairs.
No, you can't. They're teenagers.
Well, but they're like almost grown up teenagers.
I don't think that counts. And they're boys, so that doesn't help either.
All right, fine.
I mean, do whatever your heart thinks will work.
I could offer. They're desperate, right?
True, very true.
All right. We're off topic here.
I know, right? Sorry.
Any other business goals that didn't get covered in those?
So I had one of my goals was to have my own team page.
I
So,
like
like,
that.
Feel like I've gotten to a place where I can have a team page and then
Yes.
make one.
Well, that's good because I wrote I wanted to have 3 star diamonds of my own.
I see. That involves team pages.
Yes, we're thinking alike here. I think that's probably one of my biggest goals is helping my coaches hit their goals.
Mhm.
Well, I would like to have 2 things. I would like to have a salon page and I would like to have a Beachbody page, like a health and wellness page and then like a salon page, like little like websites, you know, like little Facebook pages, you know.
You could open those right now.
I know, but
Absolutely.
that's what scares me. I don't know why. I just get it. I want it, but it makes me nervous.
Well, then you should do it.
I was gonna say, then that means you should do it.
My word is better, but better than yesterday.
I like that.
So I just gotta keep getting better each day and being consistent. That's my goal this year. I have to be consistent and not keep doing like 5 steps forward, 3 steps back, you know, and starting over. So better than yesterday.
Someone mentioned about feeling worthy. There's a great book that I'm reading right now that's called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Have you read it?
Yes, it's a great
Oh,
one.
I love Brene. Hold on, I'm gonna add that to my list.
Yes. It's
The gift
really
of
good.
what? I'm sorry.
The Gifts of Imperfection. If you're reading her books, that's like supposed to be the first one you're supposed to read. This is my first one.
What's the author?
Brene
Brene.
Brown, Brene Brown.
I would love her.
I've never read her.
Oh yeah, like I've seen a couple of talks she's done, and
Lead is
somebody-
good too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
what is?
Born to Lead.
Well, yeah, and that's like in the series. So I went with the recommendation I Googled, and they said to start with this one.
So good.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the one that I read, but what I really love listening to her, her voice, like on Audible. She's
Well,
amazing.
unfortunately, she doesn't narrate this one. I was disappointed in that,
Oh.
but I'm over that because it's a really good book.
Yeah.
So she narrates some of her others.
She does, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I wish I could find. I deleted my app from my phone because I was like, I don't know, I just did. But I can't remember which one I listened to, but she does narrate a few of them.
Okay. I'm going to go in order. So when I'm done with this one, I'm going to go to the next one and do
Yeah.
the whatever 5 books or whatever that she has.
Dare
I
to
just
Dream, I think.
just wanted
is
to
the one.
Just wanted to share that.
Thank you. I'll look into that.
You're welcome.
Speaking of books, we never decided on a book club book.
Mm-mm. What did we throw out there? The 5 a.m. Club. What was the one that you said, Sarah? Because I looked into it and I really liked it. The One Thing.
Oh yeah. I didn't read that yet either, but that was one
Mm-hmm.
that I heard was really good.
Have you guys done the 5 a.m. club?
I'm working on that one right now.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard good things about The One Thing.
I haven't heard of that one.
Melanie Mitro was actually talking about it.
The One Thing, I'm going to have to write that down.
Like, I think it kind of bases off of like, what's the one thing that you need to do that will change everything.
Be disciplined and be consistent.
Which was what I got out of her talking about it, but it intrigued me enough to say, ooh, I should read that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to come up with a book.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Or maybe we can just pick somebody to pick a book every month. Isn't that how book club works? Like one person picks one every month?
True.
I've never been in a book club, so
I haven't either.
I feel like book clubs always turn into like wine clubs.
Can somebody text me the names of those books?
Yeah.
Please. Please.
or can somebody just write them in our thread so we all have them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll do
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
All right, well, does anybody want to pick a book for January?
Why don't we read The One Thing since nobody's read it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Works for me. It's fine with everybody else.
Works for me.
All right. All right. Anything else?
Sorry, I'm typing the names of these books.
Okay. So if you guys want help reverse engineering any of your goals, reach out and we can help you. I bought, or actually Jimmy bought me this planner for Christmas, which is pretty freaking amazing. It's on Amazon. Moira, I can never say her last name.
Everybody's talking about that planner.
Yeah,
Saba.
Kusaba, yeah, thank you. She actually wrote it, so it's geared toward coaching. It's written for coaches. And it is literally like a one thing fits all. Like it has a place to write your vision, a place to write your goals. It has literally every week of the year. It has months. It has takeaways for your personal development, for trainings. It has a book of wins, which is like her big thing, or a book of proof. So it literally like puts everything in one place, and you're not carrying around like 15 different books or something like that. And I'm totally in love with it. This is the first time I've ever used it. I've heard good things, but I love it. So if you guys need a planner or like this kind of stuff, check it out. I think it's like $20 some on Amazon. But it's definitely, I like that, you know, like she talks about reading your vision every morning. She talks about writing in your book of proof every night, because you can get, you know, if you don't, obviously we all lose motivation and that kind of stuff eventually, or day to day or whatever. But if you're reading that vision every morning when you get up to work, you know why you're working, you know what you have in your mind, and you don't lose sight of that. And then if you're writing in your book of proof, when you lose that momentum, or you lose that motivation, you're like, this isn't working, you can go back and look at that book of proof and be like, yes it is, look who I helped, look who I connected with, look, you know what I mean, like you have it written down. And it's like your journey, and you can see that your goals are coming to fruition and your dreams are coming true, because the day-to-day can get that mundane. Like what we do is very easy and simple, and it can get repetitive, and you know, sometimes we just kind of lose that drive. But when you're constantly doing those two things, like that was, she called her bookends, like her visions the morning, right before she goes to bed, she does her book of proof, and it just kind of keeps her going.
So is the book of proof a section in the Rise Up?
It is a section.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like initially she started it separately, but when she made that Rise Up planner, it is in there too. So there's a place for your vision, there's a place for your goals. And that's what I started talking about. The goal thing was, she breaks it down, but it says like write out your top 3 yearly goals in different areas. And then, okay, so where do you want to be by the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, the end of the year? How do you get there? Well, let's look at this. What do you need to do the first month? What do you need to do every week? Like, what do you need to do daily? So it really does break down. It reverse engineers those big major goals that you want to see happen by the end of the year.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. If you guys want help reverse engineering anything, let us know. We'll be happy to help you. I just did mine the other day, and it's fun and scary. You know,
it's fun and it's very scary, because you're like, I want to be 2-star by the end of the year, right? And we've seen Maura talk, and she's like, okay, great. So you want to be 1-star by June. So that means you need to be diamond by the end of the first quarter. So you need 4 new coaches by mid-February. And then you're like, okay, I need to get to work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when I reversed engineered it into working, I think I put like 22 days a month. 22 days a month? Yeah, to account for like 4 to 5 week months. And then doing out those invites per day, I was like, oh, okay. That's a little intimidating. But okay.
To get your number of invites a day?
Yeah.
Per day, yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So basically, essentially working 5, sometimes 6 days a week, depending on if I need to catch up. Like I need to catch up on Saturday because of my kids being out of school early and late.
It's good though. It's reality. Like you have these goals and you're like, I'm going to do it, but you have no idea how you're going to do it. And then you reverse engineer it. And now it's like realistic. You're like, okay, these are the things that I need to do every day, as opposed to having this big giant goal that is exciting, but doesn't seem real at the moment. So like you have these like little daily goals that you've created that will get you where you want to go.
And in that same token, it's calming to know, like, okay, so I need to send out 12 coaching invites 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And you essentially have to kind of think about your numbers. How many invites do you need to send out in order to sign one coach, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I think my goal is to put like 10 new coaches a month, which, where'd I get? 260 invites a month. So something like that. But when you think about it that way, it's I don't say calming is not the right word, but it gives you like a peace of mind to know, okay, like I know what I need to do.
Yes.
I'm
and
not
today
just
I did it. Yeah.
shooting smoke up my ass, whatever the term is, you know what I mean. So, all right. I've chatted enough. I've talked too much. Anyway, we are going to do vision boards next week. Amy is going to create a beautiful PowerPoint for us to follow.
Fabulous. It'll be fun. Vision boards are fun. Super, super fun.
They are fun.
I like vision boards.
I actually did one for the first time right before New Year's.
Really?
Nice.
Mhm. Melanie Mitchell had a call where she was doing a free vision board workshop, so I did it with that.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah,
I've never done like a real physical one. I always do it electronically.
Mhm.
the electronic ones are pretty.
Right. I like
Yeah.
being printed out.
Yeah, mine's a mess, but it has everything on there. And one of the things that she did say was put on there, which you covered at the beginning of your call, December 31st, 2020, where do you want to be?
So it's a good thing to kind of think about first. All right, ladies. So I will adjust that calendar, get it tomorrow. Just keep rolling, talking about bar and talking about our challenge group, because our challenge group's pretty, I mean, ours is pretty great and interactive right now, and I'm loving it. So good stuff. I have a cat on my
Well-
lap, so I keep looking down.
Goal is to check in every day.
What'd you say?
That my goal is to check in every day.
Mine too.
I was
Every
not good at-
morning.
I'm trying to. Like at the end of my workout, I'm like, I'm checking in now,
Right.
or I'll forget.
I know. I like that my phone reminds me, like, log your workout. Oh yes, okay. Go check on the post. Go respond. Be a
Mhm.
challenger.
All my things got reset. So like my workouts weren't syncing and I wasn't getting my reminders. I had to like fix all that. So if people are missing things, I don't know if it was when we start. I mean, we've started new groups all the time. So I don't know. But if people feel like they're missing things, they may need to go in and like recheck their settings.
Yeah, I think a couple people commented and said theirs weren't syncing, and then you commented on that. Go check your settings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if anyone's like missing anything, that might be why.
Amy, you're going to go start dinner?
Yeah, I smell nothing. So I feel like nothing's happening out there. And I'm starving. All right. See you guys
All right.
later. Bye.
Good night. All right. Well, ladies, thanks for hopping on. I hope this helped. And we'll see you next week.
It did.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.